Welcome in, along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo. Today discussing the Kansas City Chiefs, their incredible offense, and can anyone stop them? No? All right, that's it. No one can stop the Chiefs. No, Mike, they just scored 45 again last night against the Cincinnati Bengals. We saw them last week in a game where Patrick Mahomes probably had the most uneven game of his career, threw some picks, made some bad decisions, and they still scored 40.
Yeah.
Can anyone slow down the Chiefs? What do you even do against this offense?
So, yeah, again, it's not stop, it's contain. And if you go through, the games you've seen, they've just annihilated zone coverages. Just what Andy Reid's dialing up, how quickly Patrick Mahomes can go through in this offense and find open guys, and just how many weapons they have, whether it's Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, even Sammy Watkins getting into it last night. There's really no one you can sort of roll a coverage to, focus on, do anything to game plan around, because then they'll beat you with someone else. So from that perspective, I'm not sure zone coverage is ever really going to work. You can't really focus on anyone. What you have to do is just have the horses to play man coverage. You have to be able to play cover one and say, we need Patrick Mahomes to throw on time, to throw on the break, and when they have separation, that's when they're going to beat us, line up and do that, because we really haven't seen him to be able to consistently do that. That's the one thing that he probably hasn't consistently done, but everything else he's been able to beat you by.
Yeah, I mean, if you're picking apart Mahomes' game, who right now is the number 2 graded quarterback in the NFL and the PFF system, if you do kind of contain him, we've said on this channel before, he's kind of like Aaron Rodgers as far as how you have to try to play him. Do you want to keep him in the pocket? He can beat you there. Do you want to let him break contain? No, he can beat you there.
Yeah.
But I think if you have to choose, you want to keep him in the pocket, compress the pocket a little bit, and make him make good decision after good decision. But the Chiefs make that easier. He has the most open throws of any quarterback in the NFL. And that's not a knock on Mahomes. It's more of a compliment to his decision making, to the scheme, and like you said, the playmakers. Because they have all this other stuff going on. There's eye candy, there's motion, there's Kareem Hunt running the ball. They're keeping defenses off balance. Is this the perfect match of quarterback, scheme, and talents that we've seen in the NFL in recent years?
I've never seen windows quite like what he's throwing into down the field. You just look at that Bengals game, the corner route that Tyreek Hill dropped in the end zone. He had about 10 yards of separation on a pure corner route. You just don't see that with guys. The deep post to Sammy Watkins was basically just a jump ball that Sammy Watkins came down with, because Sammy Watkins is more talented than the DBs he's going against. You have a talent advantage at basically every position on the football field, and it's showing itself. You can just dump it down to Kareem Hunt, and all of a sudden it's a first down. It's a 15-yard gain with really nothing done on his part. And again, Mahomes it's not like he's playing bad. He's also playing extremely high level. So you put all those things together, and like I said, you just have to have the talent. That's the only way you can really keep up and try to shut them down.
Well, nobody has the talent to stop Tyreek Hill, because he has this ability to make NFL football players look slow.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about Tyreek, I think you made the point this offseason about he's a special receiver just if he was just an outside receiver, right? I mean, if you just lined him up out wide every single down, he's really tough to stop. How do you even match up with him? But the fact that they can move him around, and he's in the backfield sometimes, and he's inside in the slot in a trips formation, how do you even compete with that jet motion and all the other things that they're doing with Tyreek to keep defenses off balance?
No, you can't. If, like you said, like I saw on Monday, if you get a safety on him, if you get anyone that's not an outside fast corner on him, that is a automatic Patrick Mahomes is going there, because you can't keep up with the speed. No one in the NFL can keep up with the speed. I don't care if you're, Marquise Goodwin and we're in the Olympics. He's the fastest guy in the NFL right now. So if you lose a step, you're not going to gain it back. And that's just what we've seen in the first handful of weeks of the season, is they just, all 3 levels are just so talented. So containing them, good luck. You just have to be one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL.
Now, you might want to try to get some pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and that is going to be your best bet. His passer rating does drop from 131.5 from a clean pocket to 77.9 under pressure, but he's still playing well under pressure overall. He's grading at 88.9, and he has by far the most yards outside the pocket. And this is what we said about Mahomes coming out of Texas Tech. He's got this outside the pocket magic. If he learns how to play within structure, he's really dangerous. And again, this is the marriage with Andy Reid and all these playmakers has him, working inside and outside the pocket as well as any quarterback in the NFL. So, back to the original question: can anybody slow them down at all? What is the game plan again? Is it just man coverage? Are you hoping that he's going to make a mistake and just run into a bad day like when you're facing one of these best quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think it is I think part of it's man coverage, part of it is just the pass rush to get there as well, because you have to be able to just corral him. He's been so good at getting outside of the pocket. You have to have the defensive line that you get there so quickly it doesn't matter. So maybe someone like Baltimore has the people on the back end to cover, but they don't necessarily have the pass rush. We saw the Jaguars have the pass rush, but they haven't had their coverage on the back end. They play a lot of zone. They got shredded there. So I'm not sure what team I'd pick if I had to pick one to stop them, but from what we've seen so far, no one has been able to.
Well, they're setting up to play the Rams in a few weeks. Aaron Donald, we've already highlighted him here on the YouTube channel, playing better than ever. And if Aaron Donald can maybe get in there, get some quick pressure, maybe that slows down the Chiefs. But for now, they look incredible. As good of an offense as we've seen in recent years, firing on all cylinders. Let us know how you would slow down the Kansas City Chiefs in the comments. But for now, we're saying they're looking really good. Best offense in the NFL.